Mình đi phía trước ngồi đi.
Brand new. Alright, you guys get to ride behind the classic. I get to ride off the
This is alright. We are beginning our glacier tour. Đi tàu cả
Oh, it's trying to be a blue sky day. Here is our first cool thing. This is called a crevasse. It's a kind of like a crevice, but it's in ice instead of rock. That's the difference. Crevices are in rock, crevasses are in ice. It's a French thing. I don't know. We're gonna go through here. I know I said don't touch the snow, but feel free to touch the ice. It feels really cool. It's very dense, feels like cold concrete. At the very end, there is a rock that is slowly seeping down. You're gonna have to duck under it. It's not too crazy. It will not fall on you, okay? Probably.
Yep.
These large rocks are called glacial erratics. They travel with the glacier. They're scraped away from the Chugach Mountains as it goes through, and they slowly hitch a ride forward. Okay, very nice. Welcome to the moraine. This is the rocky portion of the glacier. It goes out for about another 2 miles or so. This is all still glacier. All this rocky stuff out here, this is a thin layer of scraped rocks, and then about 200 to 300 feet of ice straight down. The rocks are, again, grabbed from the Chugach Mountains as the glacier scrapes through there, and they act as almost a sunscreen. They keep these areas of the glacier a little bit healthier than some of the white ice. They melt a lot slower because the rocks are covering direct sunlight. Pretty neat. All right, once we're good here, we'll keep coming this way. We have another crevasse. The next one's even better. As you guys walk by this rock, you'll see it's kind of up on a little ice pedestal. This is the glacial erratic. Another name for them is mushroom rock. In the summer, the sun's out all day and most of the night. You know, it's Alaska. So what happens is the sun will melt all the ice around these large rocks. They'll end up on these pedestals that are kind of high. They look like little mushrooms. And then eventually the sun, it'll be high enough up that the sun can get under the rock and it'll melt the ice and it'll slide down and the whole process will start all over again. And if you kind of notice, most of these large rocks are all kind of leaning in the sun direction, which is due south. The sun is always slightly to the south, so these rocks always move in a southern direction, typically at about 10 feet a year. In the southern hemisphere, the opposite happens, and they all move northward because that's where the sun is, and eventually they'll meet up at the equator and have a rock and roll party. I am contractually obligated to tell that joke. Time through here, enjoy it. We are motoring, okay. You guys can take more pictures. It's okay. Maybe instead of 1 or 2, you can do 4 or 5, 6 or 7. You know. Sorry. All right, the next big thing we're gonna go see. We're gonna go right up to all that spiky stuff. That is called the ice falls. We call it that because all that ice up there, it falls. That's what it does. This is where most of our icebergs come from in the summer. All right, ready? 1, 2, 3. And 1, 2, 3. Perfect. And thank you. No problem. Okay. What's the point of going to Glacier if you can't show everyone how much cool you are? I can't do that every day. Yeah, you can do it in the winter though. You just bring these spikes and it's actually a little easier. In the summer, it's a little, you kind of ride your butt all the way down. It's more of a really trashy water slide, mud slide. But it's good. All right, go ahead, finish up here. You'll say 30 seconds. And then we're gonna start with descent. We're gonna get that whole keep your feet together, lean back thing is gonna come into a big play up here. And then we're gonna get all the way down to that beautiful blue ridge line. That's another pressure. A lot of noise as they go, so if you hear any pops or cracks, that's the noise of it growing. And in November, I could step over this. That's how small it is. It's grown to about 14 feet now. It probably has another, it's getting warm out, 2 to 4 feet to go. And then it will start to collapse as this lake melts. And then next year, it'll reform in a new location, and we have terrifying thought. When this is water, this ice is about 600 years old. That's how long it takes for it to fall and make it up here. Glaciers are one of the only places you can get ice that guaranteed has no plastic in it. Yeah, which is terrifying. Yeah. I miss the zesty flavor, honestly. All right, we're gonna go this way. Everybody follow me. More cool things to see.
Same with the Northern Lights.
Mm-hmm. You get what you get.
Yep.
And you can throw a fit, but it won't change anything.
Yep.
All right, 1 or 2 pictures, and we'll trade out. How long are you guys up here for?
Wait.
In and out over That is actually a different kind of ice. That's called basal ice, not basal. Yeah. So at this glacier right around here, it'll be between 100 and 300 feet thick. Hold on tight. We're going to do a quick ride up. It's going to be a little faster, a little bumpier. Once we get up there, we're going to go up that ramp, take those spikes off. I'm going to show you one more thing, and then you guys are free to go. Sound good?
Yeah.